Living with a roommate sounds simple. Two people, one space. How hard could it be? Most people assume roommate problems happen because someone is messy, loud, or inconsiderate. Sometimes that's true, but most of the tension comes from something much simpler. Nobody ever explains how many tiny decisions used to be made around you and are now suddenly yours to notice and sort out together. When you live at home, a lot of things just happen. The trash goes out, the dishes get done, the lights get turned off, not because everyone agreed on a plan, but because someone noticed first. When you move in with a roommate, that invisible layer disappears. Now there's no default. Every small thing becomes a question. Who replaces the toilet paper? Who takes out the trash? Who cleans the sink? Who decides when quiet time starts? Not because anyone's trying to be difficult, but because no one's ever had to say these things out loud before. And here's the part people don't expect. Roommate conflict usually isn't about the task. It's about timing. One person notices something immediately, the other plans to get to it later. Neither is wrong. They just never talked about what later actually means. This is why shared living can feel exhausting at first. You're not just sharing space, you're sharing expectations, most of which were never spoken before. And when expectations stay unspoken, people start filling in the gaps. They don't care, they're lazy, they're inconsiderate. Most of the time, none of that is true. Here's a small but important shift that helps. Living with a roommate isn't about agreeing on everything. It's about realizing that nothing is automatic anymore. Once you see that, things stop feeling personal. You don't have to solve every issue immediately. You just recognize that noticing, deciding, and following through are now shared responsibilities, not background noise. That awareness alone changes the tone. Instead of waiting for things to just happen, you expect a little friction. Not because something's wrong, but because independence means fewer defaults. And this isn't a failure of living together. It's part of learning how shared responsibility actually works. At home, someone quietly handled the overlap. Here, you're learning how to handle it together, awkward moments included. If living with a roommate feels harder than you expected, it doesn't mean you chose the wrong person. It means you're doing something new that no one really prepares you for. This is one of those experiences that feels obvious in hindsight. But while you're in it, it can feel surprisingly heavy. Not because you're bad at it, but because shared responsibility is louder than invisible support ever was. Recognizing that difference doesn't fix everything, but it does make the weight feel more manageable.